Brown versus the Board of Education. Do you really have a sincere desire to educate African American children? See, I lived here for 15 years and I wasn't comfortable because I had a big house and my furniture was nicer than everybody on my block. I had more cars in my driveway than a whole bunch of my neighbors, but I really knew how they felt about me. So tell me, how do you create equity? That's a word we toss around Texas. Is it that hard? You have a uniform issue in Fort Bend ISD as well as other schools, school districts. They have a uniform issue. And since I left you, I've been called everything except a child of God on that little Fort Bend website. I've been called Little Al Sharpton. My leader, Louis Farrakhan, has been attacked. I'm racist. No, I'm not. I'm really not. But since they want to say that, some of these people work directly with you that have been saying those things. And tonight I brought their uniform. I made sure the eyes were cut out. Because these people that represent some of these children should wear their uniform in public. I want one thing understood. I don't want to be here, but I'm not leaving. And
30 seconds.
Since the minister was attacked, I don't fight his battles. My man plane didn't land until 11:45 tonight. The Nation of Islam will pay you a visit next month. You're going to keep your mouth off my black kids and my black leadership.
Thank you, Mr. Monroe. Next is Anson Sabrino.
Good evening.
Hold on, ma'am.
My name is Anson Sabrino.
Let's adjust the mic.
Good evening. My name is Anson Sabrino, and I'm mother of 3 kids, Commonwealth, Port Settlement, and Clements High School. I'm here to talk about traffic safety hazards that's been happening at Fort Settlement Middle School. In 2014, there were multiple near-miss accidents, including one of them included my own child at Elkins Road and University Boulevard intersection. The residents of Brazos Landing, which is right across from Fort Settlement Middle School, had multiple meetings with the city to discuss road hazards and to fix the problem. We residents are at a unique disadvantage in that we have to cross University Boulevard to go to Fort Settlement, Commonwealth, or Clements High School. And our homes are less than 3/4 of a mile from Fort Settlement Middle School. The city of Sugar Land had conducted a traffic study in 2014 and had the recommendation of the addition of a drop-off lane at Fort Settlement Middle School. At that time, the population at Fort Settlement Middle School was under 1,200. In 2015, the district provided a crossing guard at the University Elkins intersection for middle school only. I currently carpool to go to Commonwealth as we don't get bus service since we are within the 2-mile limit. Since 2014, the population at Fort Settlement has grown consistently every year, and the coming school year, the population is now expected to hit close to 1,700. It's highly likely that we're just going to have more crazy traffic. Currently, drop-off and pickup is just a nightmare. It's even worse than what it was 5 years ago, with people now using the subdivision across from the school as a secondary drop-off lane. There's a resident in that subdivision that has had emergency services called at his residence in the last year alone at least 4 or 5 times. The subdivision has only one entry and exit, and it's frequently blocked off by parents dropping off their kids or picking them up. Parents are also using the Brazos Landing subdivision as an overflow to pick up their kids, which is across University, so they have to cross University just to go and pick up the kids. These neighborhoods are not designed to handle an additional 150 to 200 kids being dropped off every day. Before the bond vote at the community meeting at Fort Settlement, I had met with Mr. Oscar Perez regarding the overcrowding and the traffic nightmare at Fort Settlement, and he mentioned that Fort Bend ISD was looking at the additional drop-off lane as soon as the bond was passed. I know that you have approved the architect during the December board meeting. I would like to request that a proper traffic study and community meetings be held to resolve this issue together. The fact is
30
that
seconds.
The fact is that the sheer volume of cars caused by overcrowding at Fort Settlement during pickup and drop-off poses a hazard. The kids crossing Elkins Road to get to Fort Settlement sometimes have near misses. This is despite a crossing guard. Drivers are stressed out and they will do anything just to get their kids to drop off. They're even dropping off their kids on Elkins Drive just because they are fed up of waiting in line. It just takes one impatient adult behind the wheel to create a tragedy, and I urge you all to pay attention to this.
Thank you, ma'am. Next is Quan Wan. I hope I said that correctly.
Good evening. My name is Chuan. I'm a resident of the Avalon subdivision. Today I want to bring to your attention about my serious concern about the overcrowding at the Fort Settlement Middle School. So here is a figure I made using data from the school district. This shows the enrollment of Fort Settlement and the First Colony Middle Schools over the past several years. The red line is Fort Settlement, and the blue line is First Colony Middle School. And you can see that for Settlement, the enrollment has gone up, has ramped up rapidly over the past couple of years. And the First Colony Middle School is following a different trend. The difference between the two schools on enrollment is about 600 students. This means that one school is underutilized, the other one is overcrowded. For Settlement is overcrowded, I want to give you a couple of examples. For example, of course, election is very challenging. Many students were not able to get their first, second, even third election options, and the lunch line is ridiculously long. The students need 20 minutes in the line to get the food, and they only have 5 minutes to finish lunch. And my biggest concern is that the situation is going to become worse. So if you can please take a look at the second figure. This is, again, enrollment, but for two feeder elementary schools to Fort Settlement. One is, the purple line is Commonwealth. The other one is Ann Sullivan. So both schools, the enrollment is trending up. We all know that Commonwealth has been overutilized for years. Students has gone through a lot of chaos. Trailers, freeze enrollment, more trailers, and temporary cap of enrollment. I really hope there's a long-term resolution for Commonwealth, but if there's no proactive actions for Settlement Middle School is going to go through the same chaos, same path as what Commonwealth Elementary School has gone through. This is not fair to the students. Each student only has one childhood. Each one of them deserve equal learning opportunities. So please take actions and fix the problem. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next is our budget and legislative update. Dr. Dupree.
All righty, I'll turn that over to Stephen Bassett, our CFO, to start the conversation.
Mr. Bassett, we're actually going to take a restroom break for just a minute, if you don't mind. Okay. And we'll convene back in at 8:05. That's okay.